Thank you, Vijay, for this introduction. I'd like to start by thanking all the speakers and also all the people in attendance. I've managed to listen to most of the webinar today, and it's always fascinating for me, the beautiful work that is done in this wonderful country that I hope to visit one day, and also by the people who travel the world and work all over the world who originate from India. And so today I'm giving a very short talk that basically consists of 2 slides. The first one will sum up the main topics that we've heard about today, and for the younger member of the audience or the people who are new to metabolomics, the second slide will give you some information on where you can learn more about metabolomics, where you can learn to understand the results you get from metabolomics and different resources in the field. But first, I would like to start by looking back on the last few hours that we've shared together. This webinar today was entitled Shaping the Future of Precision Medicine, and it was split up in 3 sessions that I think are really relevant topics to bring together if we want to look into that future. The first one was, of course, precision or personalized medicine itself. How do we do this? We've had beautiful examples of how scientists use science, biology, but particularly metabolomics to first understand and then help us progress that field of personalized medicine. We've seen we can use genomics, but we can go beyond genomics if we use metabolomics, either together with it or even if we use metabolomics alone. We've seen examples of how to build and use models that are informed by omic data. We've seen that you can identify powerful biomarkers and then focus on those biomarkers for further applications for personalized medicine. We've also seen how you can leverage nutrition and rather ancient knowledge to help improve the medicine that we'll do tomorrow. And of course, this gives us a lot of ideas on how to develop targeted therapies and achieve the translatable insights that everyone is looking for to overall to improve the health of the population. And so to do that, we need, of course, the technology that helps us evaluate the health and possibly improve the health of people. We've seen a wonderful talk about how standardization can help us do this, especially in the field of metabolomics. This is, of course, what biocrates strives to do, to standardize metabolomics. But we've also heard about other technologies, new technologies to look deeper into the metabolome and the lipidome. And in the end, it's what I have always done in my career is try to decipher mechanisms. So either using metabolomics or several omics together. And this is what these advances in technology help us to do, both to do the measurements, but also to understand the results and to interpret the results. And for that, we also need tools and advances in those tools so we can make not just a deep and profound understanding of the results, but also we can do that efficiently and quickly so that we can process the larger and larger amounts of data that we get as efficiently as possible. And that, of course, helps us to integrate different omic streams together to have multi-omics approaches that we'll also discuss today. And the third session, which I thought was a beautiful addition to this webinar, was the community aspect. And I really enjoyed the last 2 talks. We've heard about scientific communication, and as Bijan mentioned, I'm also trying to encourage people to really pay attention to how they communicate about their research, and also make use of digital technologies, as it's been mentioned in the previous talk. I also was really fascinated by the last talk on representation and the points on mentorship, which I've also discovered a bit later in my career, and that I can confirm are really, really powerful tools that you can use, of course, to grow your career, but I think also you can use a lot of what you learn there to grow in your own life. And this is really a beautiful way to make life and work merge and to grow in all directions at once. I think community is really an important place to exchange as well. And whether it's through networking, of course, like you network to help your career, but I think in those exchanges, you can't help, even if it's not the primary reason why you go there, you can't help to feel the human factor come in, and you want to help others. And when you do that, others help you. And this is really, for me, the beauty of networking, whether it's on a career level or on the scientific level. You might have issues that you discuss, for example, in SAMS or in other communities you're part of, and other people really naturally want to help you and to support you with this. And this is the beauty of community for me. And I'm happy that this webinar especially is a place where people can gather and share the use that they make of science and of metabolomics in particular. And I hope that it contributes also to education and training for the younger participants. And that's also a place where I think we all exchange to make better science together. So you see these three topics for me really kind of converge on what we're trying to do, which is to shape the future of medicine tomorrow and to do that together. So I really want to thank all the speakers today for taking the time to share their research with us and to discuss in the Q&A. And I hope everyone really got inspired to continue their own research and also to exchange with others to grow together. And the second aspect I wanted to mention is that we do put a lot of effort. So we have a team in biocrates that really puts a lot of effort into creating content in various formats that support the metabolomics community to understand metabolomics and interpret the results especially. And we have really passionate people working on this. So I couldn't help but see the parallels between the one of the previous talks with the book that I wrote, The Story Principle. So this is why I put this slide in, because it's really also all about creating your story, planning your experiment, and making the most out of your data. And if you learn about the contents that we've heard about before and look into the book, you'll see a lot of parallels there. And the megaphone is also something that you saw in all those community talks, because you need to speak out loud and to share bravely your results and to share your research with others. So for anyone who's new to metabolomics and wants to understand how this type of data works, I would encourage you to look into this book. It could be really helpful. I also have a podcast. We're 3 years into the metabolomics at the moment, where you can hear me discuss every episode with a different person who uses metabolomics. They can be bioinformaticians, they can be clinicians or biologists, and each has their own way of using this tool, and they explain not just all the wonderful things they've done, but also where it became difficult and which hurdles they had to go over. And a lot of people give me really positive feedback that they love this kind of interaction that makes it easy to learn from other people's experience in a rather informal format. And Bijan, myself, and other members of biocrates are also very active on LinkedIn. So if you want to follow some of the activities in the metabolomics community, you can follow us on that platform. We publish a lot there. And of course, our website is a place where you can find a lot of resources, like the metabolites of the month, like webinars such as this one. I should have put also here our YouTube channel, because a lot of talks from past events are available there. So don't hesitate to go there to look for information and just look for the talks that are most interesting to you. But enough about this. I just really wanted to give this as an opportunity for people who are looking for information on how to make sense of metabolomics. Maybe you see something here that's interesting for you. And I would like to close by thanking in particular the 3+1 people who have put this event together. First of all, Manoj Kumar, who has been a wonderful organizer for this webinar. Thank you very much for helping us putting this event together. And of course, Bijan Chatterjee and Bishlida Baran at biocrates, who are very active in keeping this community together and also, I think, interacting with a lot of people in the room today. I also want to thank Monica Kessler, who's in the background here, but who also helps us put these webinars together. And I will hand over now back to Bijan, because I think you should, Bijan and Manoj, you should close this event. But thank you all very much for your attention and for making this event possible.